Okay, so we want to generate the eyelids for this cartoony character, and we have right now an eyeball suggesting the placement of that eye, and that eyeball we are going to scale it down a tiny bit so that we get the eye a little bit smaller, and the eyelid is going to be a little bit larger than that. And I'm going to freeze transformations, modify freeze transformations, so all the numbers become 0, 0, 0. Now I'm going to duplicate this object, move it out of here so I can generate a backup of what the eyeball is going to be, and that way I can work here on this guy. And this guy has right now is created, and if you click on the polysphere node, it's 20 subdivisions, and actually I'm going to bring it down to be 12 by 12. So we reduce the number, and that gives us a better chance to work with it. If you hit 3, it's still going to be smooth and round, so that helps. Now I'm going to also modify it so we avoid the pinching here, and what we're going to do is we're going to delete the edges that go into a single vertex, and we're going to just delete them by saying edit mesh, delete edge vertex, and then we're going to use the multi-cut tool to simply generate a square looking a more attractive geometry. Now let me just do that on the other side. So again, we delete all the edges, and then we say multi-cut tool, this to this one, this to this here, and then we get across. That way we get all quads a little bit better. Okay, that's one part of it. Now we want to delete the faces on one side to make an opening, and I'm just going to hit delete so they are just gone. So you see that we get an opening, and we are going to grab next to that, just grab these two vertices, and I'm going to just push them in to generate some sort of like a transition there. Now that I have done that, I'm just simply going to go and double click on the edge, and we're going to extrude that edge, and the extrusion of the edge is going to go inwards, you see. And then I'm going to just do it one more time. I'm going to hit G, so I'm doing it one more time, going inwards, just to give a little extra thickness to it, and then one last time in which I'm going to push in so that I can generate some sort of thickness. So if you hit 3, you get a nicer eyelid that can be later on animated and not have pinching or weird stuff here. So of course we're gonna bring this back out, and of course we need to bring the sphere back to its location. That sphere is too large for that eyelid, so I'm going to shrink the eye a little bit, and I'm going to click on the eyelid that we created. I'm going to just rotate it forward. Yeah, the eye and the eyelid are not matching exactly the model. I'll get this guy to -90, and this is a good moment for me to turn on the symmetry and grab some vertices and help my model fit better, so I can get it to work. Remember, with the arrow keys you can try to bring it down and move the selections so you're not missing. And you know, this model was of course made a little bit differently, but actually let me just go back to this one and bring it up a tiny bit. And it depends on the preference that you have. Right now he's generating too much of a sink in there, so I'm probably gonna try to reduce that. So notice I have my mirror activated, but it's not doing a good job of actually selecting the wrong mirror there. So I'm gonna have to mirror the whole geometry again. Okay, so that sort of does the job. I can just do some more fine tuning, and of course you will duplicate these guys, and I think I'm gonna need to scale down the eye a tiny bit so it doesn't peek through the eyelid, just there, and then I can duplicate the two and just simply move them to their location. And there it is. I'm getting a character now with eyelids, cartoony looking. It's kind of like a blend between sort of a more realistic cartoonic looking. And you know, the last thing that I have left is to do more aesthetic work, trying to get him to look more appealing and a little more attractive. Right now he has some lumpiness that I need to fix. For now, this is what this is for the eyes.